Hello, and welcome back to Syberia, the world before. Still going, and it looks like we're gonna be going for quite a while longer, at least this part, and then back in the graveyard in the present, we had the whole weird, gate thing and tool shack and whatever else, so I don't know. I don't know how long this game is. It has felt like it was gearing up to the end many times, and yet it just never happens, so let's keep going. We are Dana in London, and we have to, repair a machine that really shouldn't be my job, but we're gonna do it anyway.
The United Kingdom seems pretty much on its own as representative of the free world in Western Europe. The Brown Shadow still occupies the whole of Central and Western Europe.
Uh-huh.
The Soviets are on the move. They've reconquered most of their territory, and they're closing in on the Brown Shadow. We've reconquered North Africa and half of southern Italy, and we aren't going to stop there.
Wait, what did she say about this again?
The Soviets are on the move.
Yeah, Soviets as well.
They've reconquered most of their territory, and they're closing in on the Brown Shadow.
I see. And nothing else? Wish there was just a button, hold down space or something, and it would just show all the interactable points of interest. Yeah, so I assume these are the two things we want to use. Supermarine, Spitfire.
The most widely used Allied single-seat fighter plane. I probably owe it my life, like all of us here.
Great. Mission order, right? This is the one I didn't read last time, right? Or did I have that in my inventory? Yeah. Agent Bros. We need volunteers for a delicate operation with the resistance in one of the occupied countries, a country you know well, Ostertal. I didn't realize Ostertal was a country. I thought it was yeah, I guess Wagen is the city and Ostertal is the country. Yeah, never mind. If you accept, you will be dropped near Wagen so that you can coordinate an exfiltration operation of a civilian and get him into Switzerland. Don't tell me that's just coincidentally Leon. That would make no sense. Surely it's someone else to do so, and surely it's not Hans Vorarlberg? I don't know, we'll see. To do so, you will be escorted by one of the main resistance networks in the region. It has obtained excellent results the past few years. Whether you accept or not the mission. Okay, that's not correct. We need you to identify that network. Okay, I'm gonna reread this. Whether or not you accept the mission, we need you to identify that network among other small underground groups active in Ostertal. Uh-huh. For reasons of confidentiality, you are not to leave your office until you have done so. We have granted you temporary access to your workstation's pneumatic telegraph, a contribution to the war effort that was given to us by a French engineer. Gee, I wonder who. There's only one single good French engineer in the entire world for all of history, for 100 years. This machine will allow you to claim any relevant documents you might need. We wish you luck. L.
The Blitz ended a few years earlier, but now the Brown Shadow is sending us a new death machine. The V2.
So, you can tell it's London because you can see the Big Ben from everywhere in the city. Anywhere in the country, really. That's how you know you're in England.
And problems with it. I guess winning
a war same as seeing the
time.
Eiffel Tower anywhere in France.
Something we cruelly lack. Could one imagine anything as insane as the whole wide world at war? And for the second time in barely a generation.
Uh-huh. Well, let's check this first. And could I just, leave?
Yunta said I wasn't allowed to leave the room until I identified the resistance network.
Okay. Even though I technically didn't accept this job yet, did I?
From what I can understand of that thing, the pressure must be high in the left tube, but low in the right one.
How do you know that? Huh? How does she understand that just from looking at this? I don't know.
That must be for mixing the correct proportions of rarefied air in the system with the compressed air.
I guess she just knows that. Should have been an engineer instead of a... What is Dana? I was gonna say artist, but that was Leon. Musician, that's what she is.
It's stuck.
Yeah. Industry Battlefronts Italy? Is that what we're getting now?
Silly me. Can't be it.
Oh.
Better try something else.
Oh wait, like what are we trying to get? Also, I was thinking maybe the diary like stopped updating because, well, she threw away. No. Nope, never mind. Okay, we have tons of stuff to read now. Yeah, suitcase. I thought, like, after this part, she ditched her diary, and then, like, you would not get any more updates. But no, we actually have some stuff here. Okay, so this is, like, 2 years later. Well, I know, it's been, 3 years already that I haven't written anything. Ever since I left for the sanatorium near Wagen. It's because my diary must be in the chest in my bedroom where I left it before leaving for my convalescence. So I found this English substitute in which I write these few lines, and yet somehow it's all in one book here. I guess that's just for, like, thematic reasons. That's something I can suspend my disbelief for. Not so much Kate's variant. I've been living here in London for the past couple of years. This is where Junta brought me after the death of my parents and of my... No. I don't want to talk about her. So it's been 2 years since Junta saved me from the pogroms that followed the annexation of Wagen. Junta, the filmmaker, or rather, Janet, as she's really called, turned out to be a double agent working for the Allies. I should have guessed, but the fact is her leading a double life is what saved my life. Huh, life, if that's what you can call my existence in London for the past 2 years. I spend my days pent up in Junta's flat, only popping out from time to the pub down the road to play a few notes on the piano. But it won't bring back my parents, nor Leon. Our daughter neither. I thought you didn't want to talk about her. During her short visits to London, Junta keeps urging me to pull myself together, saying that I'm depressed and that I ought to see a specialist. But what's the point? Yep, good retort there. Like, you should see someone because you're clearly depressed. What's the point? Well, yeah, that's the point. I must admit I swore never to write again, but tonight I have nothing else to do. I'm stuck down here in the underground station with hundreds of others. The Brown Shadow has been bombing London almost every night. Is this, like, the same... Like, she's continuing here, or is this, like, a different time? I don't know. Feels like I'm being hunted down. It's almost as if the Brown Shadow was trying to flush me out. To flush me out? Oh, to hurt me, wherever I may be. I thought it said hunt. As if to punish me for having the presumptuousness of escaping from them in Wagen. Yeah, now it's a new date. Well, I survived yet another night bombing raid, but not everyone got away with it. In another underground station, a pipeline was hit by a bomb. The station got flooded. About 60 people died, drowned. There were children among the dead. I just can't bear this feeling of being powerless. I can't stand having to wait for the next tragedy to avoid. I've got to do something, fight against the Brown Shadow, and try, within my modest means, to turn the tide of this 20th century that is becoming so tragic, and which seems to be taking great delight in being so cruel to me. Almost a year later, so much has changed since last I wrote. The last time Junta came to visit, just can't get used to calling her Janet, I asked if she could find me a job so I could participate in the war effort against the Brown Shadow. Jutta must have taken my request as a sign that my mental state is better now, because she immediately set to work to answer my request. Using her connections, she managed to get me a job as a military assistant at the Foreign Office, with no, like, previous records or, like, experience or anything. Just, like, instantly a fairly high position in the military. In the department in charge of supervising the resistance groups that the Brown Shadow in all... What? The resistance groups against the Brown Shadow in all the occupied territories of Europe. That's also a weird sentence. The department in charge of supervising the resistant groups against the Brown Shadow in all the occupied territories. I mean, I guess that's correct, but it's kind of a stiff sentence. I don't feel like you needed to say against the Brown Shadow, because what else would they be resistance groups against? Oh well. I might just be a simple assistant for the moment. I don't know about that. Seems like more than just that. But I have every intention of rising through the ranks as far and as quickly as possible. At least this way, being focused on the struggle against the Brown Shadow will take my mind off everything else. And a couple of months later, Christmas will soon be upon us. Oh, jolly spirits. It's been 4 years now since Leon was to join me after his departure for Baltear with the Origin Expedition. Wherever you may be after all this time, rest in peace, my darling Leon. You know she just jinxed it, and he's actually not dead? And then like half a year later, I had the nasty surprise of waking up in the infirmary this morning. I was working really late again last night, and apparently I just passed out. My supervisors have threatened me with forced leave if I don't slow down. I know they are right, but I just can't help it. Every minute counts to anyone who wants to triumph over the Brown Shadow. Had a fleeting visit from Junta yesterday. Officially she came for an exhibition, unofficially to make out her report to the Foreign Office. Junta heard about my malaise and my over-investment in my work. I was half expecting her to reprimand me, but not in the least. It even came to light that Junta had pleaded in favor of me participating in field-based operations. Secret military operations. My training begins next week. I'm so excited! We love war! It's been over a month since I began training. I feel exhausted, but everything has been going swimmingly. I must admit at first I was apprehensive about using weapons, but it turns out that I'm quite a dab hand. Needless to say, I'm gonna kill so many people. I'll never be a killing machine, but I do know how to defend myself and my reflexes are good. So too is my capacity to take the right decisions in emergency situations. And according to my instructor, that's what really counts. Suddenly we're gonna turn this game into an FPS. This was a Call of Duty game in disguise all along. My trainer was at first doubtful at the idea of training a woman for combat, but given the spectacular results obtained by other female underground fighters in occupied territory, he has become more committed to training them. I've always wondered why these results weren't made public. There's a weird drawing. Finger guns. Anyway, weapons are just a small part of my training. I'm also trained in military equipment, means of communication, tailing methods, and parachuting. Guess this explains how she knows all of this tech stuff. All that's left to do now is finish this training and receive my first mission. Can't wait! Most of my field training is done. I'm now only asked to attend the odd training session to keep up to par. So I've returned my office work while waiting for them to assign me to a mission. And I'm still waiting! Aw, man, just let me at them! I'll murder all of them! I raised the subject with my superiors, who invariably keep saying that they are waiting for the right opportunity. So there's nothing else to do but to wait. I'll just have to sit tight and continue to contribute to the war effort against the Brown Shadow by coordinating the various resistance groups in occupied territory. Thank you for specifying that entire string again. And there we go. That was a lot of reading, more than I expected. And then... oh, we don't have anything? Okay, so I guess the mission orders were just what we saw there. So hold on. Can I see what exactly we were using the machine for here? Identify a network among the small underground groups in Ostertal. But what does that exactly mean that I want to oh, that's the what do you call it? Blackboard, whatever. You know, topic, subject, country. Because, like, sure, I guess we do Ostertal here. Just want to see how many there are. Quite a few. Okay. Kinda wish you could just click and drag this one. So then, what does this mean? Like, topic and subject, aren't those kind of the same? Alliances. Intelligence. Occupation, liberation. Resistance? I don't know. I don't know exactly, like, what we're doing here. Resistance networks? Let's try that.
Right.
Nope.
Let's see.
Yep, that was correct. I wonder if you can do anything else. If there's like some Easter egg or just like alternate thing you can do to see something. But oh well. Resistance networks, Ostertal. Prepare the mission. Dulac. Dark Chameleon. How edgy.
Not this one either.
Wait, what's happening? Huh? Vagan? Island Painter? That's probably it, but like...
No, it can't be this underground network. The information doesn't tally with what Junta said. No,
What did Junta
doesn't
say?
Make sense. Doesn't fit in with what Junta said. Can't be that underground network. No, it can't. Not
I'm gonna
this
cross
one
them all
either.
off.
Doesn't fit in with what Junta said.
Aw, but
The
come on, Dark
information
Chameleon and
doesn't tally with
Spectre,
what
they
Junta
sound so
said.
cool.
No, doesn't make sense. Can't be that underground network. The information doesn't tell. Not this one either. Doesn't fit in with what Junta said. No, it can't be. No, doesn't make sense. Doesn't fit in with what Junta said. Not this one either.
Yeah, it's weird. I guess there's none of them. Yeah. We have to complain to a superior.
Edelweiss? A coincidence. It must be a coincidence.
Yeah, don't tell me we're actually going to Vagan to, like, rescue him. How the hell did he even get out of there?
Now, my pretty Edelweiss.
Yeah, just in case you forgot that he called her
Don't call me
Edelweiss.
that, you know I don't like it.
We gotta, like, reiterate
It's true,
this.
though.
What?
That's
That's
exactly
what
what
he
you
called
are,
her! Oh
my
my
pretty
god! It's the
Edelweiss.
Edelweiss! And Highland Painter, that's what we called him!
If you keep that
Oh
up,
my
Leon
god!
Kobatis, I'll find you a nickname too.
Why do we need to
Go
see
on
this
then.
again?
All right. Your nickname will be Highland Painter from now on.
Wow. I can't believe it.
Leon! He's
Yes?
alive. He's alive. He's alive!
Maybe.
I need to... Oh, good grief. But how did he... Junta! Junta!
Okay.
So Leon made it from Baltayar. But how?
I have no idea, miss. All I know is that he survived for almost a year in the mountains before coming back to Ostertal to set up the Edelweiss resistance group.
Which made
Good
Dana
job.
accept the mission you told her about back then, right?
Of course, she was given extra training and was dropped near Vagan the following summer to carry it out. We'd better get going. It looks like the storm is coming.
But what about the rest of the stuff here
You
in the
go
graveyard?
I'll meet you at the tram station in a minute.
Of course, take all the time you need.
It's a good thing we don't have, like, a tram to catch. You can take as much time as you want. The tram will fit your schedule. Can we dig up the grave now? Surely we have these tools for some reason. Oh, it's one of these. Yeah, I mean, I guess let's just leave it off there for today, and then we'll do future stuff next time. Though it's probably going to be a little short, because I flubbed some of the reading and we'll cut some stuff. But still, done with the past in London. What are we doing now with Kate? I don't know, we'll see. And yeah, I assume we're jumping back in as Dana in Wagen again, meeting Leon. So we'll see. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you next time.